Namaste everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I am really loving sharing my yoga flows, so I'm back at it with another one today. So we'll be going through a 15 to 20 minute yoga flow that will help us tap into our inner and outer strength. So today's flow is going to be a little bit spicy. We're going to be connecting with our solar plexus chakra, which is located at the center of our core. And this chakra is the center of personal power, willpower, confidence. It's the center that is governed by the element of fire, right? It's that fire that helps us take action, that fire that helps us feel empowered. So it's going to be a little bit of a strong one. Go at your own pace. If you need to rest, rest. I do encourage you all to extend yourselves where you can, and of course pull back where you need to. And yes, let's just have fun. So today, once again, we'll start in a seated meditation, crossing the legs, finding whatever comfortable seat works for you. And we're just going to place our hands on our bellies. And if it feels good for you, just closing down the eyes and beginning to connect with your solar plexus chakra. Breathing in to the belly and breathing out of the mouth. Breathing in to the belly and letting the breath go. Begin to soften your shoulders, dropping them away from the ears. Soften the face. And staying with that pattern of breath, extending your breath in and lengthening on the way out. And as you connect to your solar plexus chakra, just begin to tap into that inner strength. The affirmation for today, and you can repeat this in your mind's eye, you can repeat this out loud, is I am strong. I am strong. Breathing that affirmation in and releasing any limiting beliefs. I am strong. Breathing that affirmation in and releasing any limiting beliefs. Let's do that one more time. I am strong. Breathing that affirmation in and releasing any limiting beliefs. Whenever you're ready, start to blink, open the eyes, come back to the space, and let's get into it. So, meeting me in your tabletop, all fours. I'm just making sure that my mic is on. Again, stacking your shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. Draw that belly up and in. Inhale for your cow, drop your belly out your spine, lift your gaze. Exhale for your cat. So you want to keep that connection to your solar plexus. Inhale for your cow. Exhale for your cat. So inhale for your cow, noticing that lengthening in that abdominal region. Exhale for cat and noticing that contraction. Last round, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to your neutral spine now. Since your solar plexus is represented by that element of fire, we are going to start to build some heat here. Now, tuck your toes and draw that belly in, and let's just hover the knees a couple centimeters over the mat. So just lift the knees just a couple inches here. Engage your core. So think about pulling that belly towards your spine. And imagine here that you're balancing a hot cup of tea on your spine. So in other words, just let your spine be straight. Deep breath in, breath out. Pressing out of your arms. Inhale, exhale. Let's take that final breath in. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out your feet. Beautiful. Maybe drop the heels from side to side. Just welcoming any intuitive movements here. Deep breath in and a breath out. Finding stillness in your downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers wide. Wrapping your triceps in towards the body. And with every exhale, just let your chest come toward the thighs and let the heels hang heavy. Again, pull that belly in towards your spine. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Take another breath in. On your exhale, we're going to roll forward into a high plank. So ripple forward. Imagine that you are a wave in the ocean as you ripple forward. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Start to straighten your arms as you push the chest towards the thighs. And then exhale, lift the hips. And then we're going to ripple forward into a high plank as if you're a wave in the ocean. We'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, chest to thighs, straighten the arms. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, ripple forward as if you're a wave in the ocean. Shoulders come over the wrist. Exhale, bend the knees, chest to the thighs, and meeting me back in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Beautiful. On your next breath in, you're going to lift that right leg up to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Now, can you keep your hips in the same level? Notice if you're beginning to open up through that right hip, and just bring that hip down to meet your left. Press that right heel back. Flex your toes. Really engage your right glute muscle. Final breath in. On your exhale, bend your right knee, draw the heel to the butt, lift your left heel up, and then pull that right knee in towards the nose, tiger curl. And let's just pause here, press the earth away, rounding through the spine. Take that another breath in. Exhale, step through to your right thumb. Now you can always use your hand here to help your foot get to the top of the mat. Drop your left knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. And then on your exhale, sink nice and low into your low lunge. Now maybe untucking your left toes here. And then just sinking into the lunge. Now can you start to really root down into the earth, but don't put all of that weight into your legs. Start to lift out of your legs. So you're rooting down and you're lifting up at the same time. So feel that length in the side of your body. Draw that belly in, get a little bit taller, but drop the shoulders. So try not to take your shoulders up to the ears. Deep breath in, breath out. Maybe every inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, deepen. Last round, inhale. And exhale, bring the fingertips here to frame your front foot. Let's tuck that left toes and step to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your palms to the shins, flat spine, chest forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, upward salute. Bring the palms overhead, let the hands touch, lift through the fingertips. Exhale, forward fold, chest to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, and let's step back into a high plank. Hold it here. Now you can always just drop your knees here in your high plank if you want to modify. But now we're going to ground the palms, spread the fingers, and start to grip the earth with the fingertips. So imagine that you're trying to tear through the mat here. Grip the fingers through the mat through the fingertips, and press the earth away. Think about getting that cat spine. Again, the core is engaged. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale, beautiful. Now let's drop the knees down onto the mat. Wrap your triceps back and then lower all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, baby cobra, untuck your toes here. Pull those shoulders back, squeeze the back muscles, open up the chest. Stay here for the exhale. Take another breath in. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Whew. Beautiful. Now we're going to do that on the opposite side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Now once again here, keep your hips on the same level. You don't want to lift that left hip higher than your right. Flex your left toes. Press that left heel back. Take another breath in. Breath out. Beautiful. Now lift your right heel, bend your left knee, draw your heel to the butt, then knee to the nose on that exhale. Pausing here, really pull that belly in. Squeeze your core, inhale. Exhale, step your foot through to that left thumb. Option to use your left hand to get your foot all the way up to the top of the mat. Drop that right knee down. Inhale. Anjaneyasana, arms reach up. And on your exhale, sink into your lunge. So again, you want to sink into the hips, root down into the earth, and lift up at the same time. Lengthen through the sides of the body, pull that belly up and in. So you're rooting down and you're lifting up at the same time. Feel the two opposite forces. One is bringing you to the earth, grounding you, and the other is lifting you out of the earth. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale, bring your hands to frame your front foot and then step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, chest forward. Exhale, forward fold, chest to the thighs. Inhale, upward salute, arms sweep overhead, palms touch, lengthen through the fingertips. And on your exhale, forward fold, bring your chest to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, chest forward. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into a high plank. Again, we're going to hold this high plank. Pressing out of your arms, press out of your toes here. If you need to drop the knees, please drop the knees. Engage your core, engage the legs. Think about lifting those kneecaps up and feel the muscles hugging around the bones. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Now this time, we're not going to drop the knees first. We're just going to wrap the triceps back and slowly lower all the way onto the belly. Beautiful. Untuck your toes. Inhale into a baby cobra. Shine your chest forward. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Now, from your downward facing dog, let's all roll forward into a high plank. We're going to find a side plank here on the left. So just drop your heels down onto the mat. That right foot is in front of your left. And we're going to extend that right arm up to the ceiling. Now, can you lift your hips off from the earth? If you want to modify this, you can always drop your left knee down onto the mat. Otherwise, we're holding in that advanced variation here. Can you lift the hips, press the earth away? Now you want to lift out of your left arm. So notice if you're sort of weighing into your arm like this, and then just lift out of the arm. Breath in and breath out. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's come back to a high plank, and we're just going to swap it over, just rolling onto that right side in your side plank. Now, again, you're more than welcome here to drop that bottom knee down to modify, otherwise staying in this advanced variation. Now, rather than just sinking your hips down and weighing into your right arm, lift out of your right arm. Just find sort of a rainbow with that right side body. Like the shoulders on top of one another. Can't really see myself, so I'm not really getting a really good sense of space, but that's all right. Deep breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. Bring that left palm back down to the mat. Take a breath in. On your exhale, lower all the way down onto the belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Squeeze those back muscles. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Tuck your toes and let's press through our tabletop. Let's come into a seat. We're going to find our Navasana boat pose, and this will be our last little bit of effort before we cool down. Coming into a Navasana bow pose, so you're on your sits bones. Start to lift the legs up. Beautiful. And now extend your arms out beside the legs. Now, if you want to modify, of course, you can bring the feet down, keeping those heels lifted. Now, you want to find sort of like a V shape with the body. You're slightly leaning back and you're engaging the core. Deep breath in. Breath out. Lengthen your spine. So notice here if you start to hunch over, then just pull your shoulders back to keep that chest open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, we're coming into low boat. Let's hover the legs. Let's hover the spine. Continue to reach the fingers towards the toes. Holding here, squeeze your core. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Draw those knees into the chest. Come down in your spine. And just rock from side to side. Massage the spine. That was quite spicy. From here, let's just finish off with a couple twists. Extend that right leg out. Keep that left knee hugging into the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, guiding that left knee over to your right. Extend that left arm out. You can gaze up to the ceiling or you can gaze towards your left. Whatever feels more comfortable for your neck. And just bring your awareness back to the center of your navel. Your solar plexus. Envision the color yellow. Deep breath in. Breath out. Beautiful. Let's just come back through center. Let us swap it over. Right knee hugs into the chest, left leg long. Take a breath in. Exhale, guiding your right knee towards the left. Extend that right arm out. Maybe gazing towards the ceiling. You can gaze towards that right arm. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Slowly come back through center. Let's just find a happy baby. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet and pull those knees towards the earth. And let's just rock from side to side here, connecting to that sense of playfulness. You can extend one leg out, you can extend both legs out. Just finding some playfulness, welcoming that sense of curiosity, just like a baby. Finding your breath once again if you have lost that connection. And then whenever you're ready, draw the knees into the chest and forehead to the knees. Squeeze into a small bowl. Take a breath in. And then on your exhale, releasing everything out, expanding into your Shavasana. Just let everything fall out long and just come into full relaxation. Connecting back to your inner strength. And just reminding yourself that strength doesn't only come from the body, but comes from the mind. And just remembering that you are strong, even on those days that you think you are not, even on those days you feel weak. That inner strength that you carry, that fire that burns within you is always burning. Sometimes you don't feel it because of all the layers of conditioning that has been put upon it, but it's always there. But if you search for it, you'll always find it. And just melt into the earth, relax the shoulders, the fingers, the toes, relax. Now you can stay here for a little bit longer if you have the time, but if you're ready to continue with the rest of your day or your night, inviting some awareness back into the fingers, the toes, the wrists, ankles. Maybe turning your head from side to side and just noticing what it feels like to become aware of your body again. Then finally finding a big morning stretch, just welcoming this brand new energy into your being. And then whenever you're ready, making your way up into a comfortable seat with the eyes closed. Connecting the hands at the heart center space and bowing chin to chest as a gesture of gratitude. Let's just take a moment to just appreciate ourselves, appreciate our efforts, even if it's just getting out of bed in the morning. I hope that you are all feeling much lighter in the mind, stronger in the body, and freer in the spirit. Loka samasta sukuna bhavantu. All beings everywhere be happy and free. Together we'll seal this practice with the Hindi word Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you're all feeling really energized after that empowering practice and that you all enjoy the rest of your day. Mwah.